We accept the President's words. They came from a place of anger and disappointment. I'm sure many Americans feel the same way.
Well, you know what? I think you're right. I think a lot of Americans feel exactly that way. This is going to be very interesting how this works out. Let's go ahead and keep listening.
The President was right to let loose his feelings. It shocked us into understanding the severity of the harm our people caused.
Now, I don't know if a thinking adult needs to be shocked into seeing what kind of harm billions of dollars of fraud costs, but you have to be shocked into that by the President's words. But we'll keep listening.
These criminals betrayed America's welcoming spirit. The scale of these crimes has stained the reputation of American Somali.
Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. Now, am I, a thinking American, going to paint every Somali with these crimes? Well, no. But does it seem to be a pattern? Yes. So if it's a pattern and it can be solved inside the Somali community, I think it probably should be. Let's keep listening.
America's freedoms allowed us to build a unique community here in Minnesota. In return, we must promise to weed out any evil living among us.
Isn't it interesting that you can promise to do this kind of stuff, but unless you do it, these promises don't mean anything at all.
This evil came from within our community. And so, as an honorable community, we take responsibility. We must correct this wrongdoing.
As I listen to that, I think, yeah, this evil came inside of our own community as well, by way of Tim Walz and the government, especially in Minnesota. So I think that I can tag Tim Walz and all his minion in with the community, and we should do something about it.
The only way to regain the trust of this nation is to root out crime, stay humble, and be forever grateful. That's the premise.
Yes. The only way for this government, whether it is Biden, Obama, Bush, or Trump, to regain the trust of the American people is to root out these criminals. And let's see them, get the penalty that they should get, that they deserve, that they earned. It's the only way to regain trust.
So, as honorable Somalis, we are going to take on the responsibility of apologizing to all Americans. We are deeply, deeply sorry.
Okay, here's the deal. I don't want your apology. I do not want your apology. What I do want to see is I want to see the federal government frog march some people into jail. Yes, I do want to see some people on airplanes back to Somalia, or boats back to Somalia, or airdrops back to Somalia. That's what I want to see. And I want to see people like Tim Walz. I don't care what you do with him. I don't care whether you put him in jail or you put him in an airlift back to Somalia or to Somalia. I don't care what you do with him and his minion.
The shame of this will haunt us forever. And hopefully over time you will come to forgive us. Thank you.
And what's interesting about this is that some of the Somalian leaders came out and threw up a big mea culpa, my bad, so sorry. And I think it's a way to try to assuage the rage that is going to foment around the country towards Somalia and towards those people who allowed this to happen. I don't know if a lot of this is sincere. What's going to be interesting, though, is with this out there, how are the Ilhan Omars and the like. And how is the left, how are Democrats going to attack Trump when some of the Somalian leaders themselves say, I get it. I get it. The president was angry and he was perfectly within his rights to say the things he said. How is that going to jibe? It should be pretty interesting to watch, don't you think?